Hey everyone, welcome to our first person gameplay commentary. My name is Drybear, and this time around I'm playing Xbalanque by request. I had a lot of people asking for a Xbalanque game, so here it is. I'm not too sure about the prospects of this match. As you can see, the enemy team has 5 ranged physical carries. So hopefully this game turns out to be pretty good. I don't really know as far as the rating split or what's going on in this match, or like how that's split up, or if there's low levels here or whatnot. Sometimes when I queue at weird hours of the day, I'll get like level 10s or level 15s, or just low rated players in general. So I don't know like what's going on with this, or if this is like a troll or something. I don't really know, or if it's April Fools. Who knows? But I'm playing Xbalanque this time around. Also, I want to take a quick note to let you know that I did do an interview on overall SMITE, my history, how it came up in YouTube and shoutcasting, and that the PAX East tournament and the new god and everything like that, and the balance of SMITE. So if you want to check that out, you can click on the annotations on the screen or click on the link in the description and go throw down a like or a comment on that interview. It is on YouTube, so you will see those links there, and it is done by Nexus Esports. Daigo over there, really cool guy, so go check that out. But as far as this game goes, I'm playing Xbalanque. Xbalanque is a ranged physical carry, and probably the highest base damage one if you utilize his branching bolas effectively. I'm going to be playing mid this game just because he's a very, very strong mid. Hopefully I can pick this up here. I'm going to go in mid this game. Just, using the Rising Jaguar Poison Darts combination, you can really harass very effectively. Hopefully I can pick this up. I don't know if they're going to give it to me. I'm just going to keep attacking. If I get it, I get it. If not, okay. It probably would have been better on me in the mid lane than on a Raw in the side lane, and they're doing Freya Apollo. Who knows, man? So his passive is called Dead of Night, and every time he gets a kill, he will gain 5 permanent physical power. So feeding Xbalanque early is never a good idea, as it will end up hurting you in the long run. First ability, called Branching Bolas, is activated as a toggleable ability. When activated, will make his basic attacks do bonus physical damage and also split on attack, which means that when you throw out an attack, it will hit the first target for bonus damage and then split on the target, and then also do 2 projectiles behind it, doing physical damage to both targets. You can see here it's bouncing, hitting all 3 targets in front of me. If I kill that one, you'll see it bounce to the god behind it. There's like a little forking mechanism there. So a really strong ability there. The second one is called Poison Darts. It shoots 10 darts out in a pretty wide arc. These darts will do physical damage on hit and also apply a slow and damage over time effect. It also has the added benefit of if you land a Poison Darts into a Rising Jaguar, which is his 3, it will do 30% more damage. So darts into Jaguar is always the strong combination for Xbalanque. Third ability being Rising Jaguar. This is a dash. It is considered a dash. You will get airborne, but is it considered a dash for all intents and purposes? So you will consider that dash. You can be CC'd during it, and it doesn't go over any obstacles as well, and that is why it is considered to be a dash. Let's see if we can't get some engagements here. He's going to be pushing this a little bit. Just going to poke him a bit. What did he start with? He started... Oh, okay, so basic build. He's poking this through. He's going to go for a Spirit Arrow, but no combination there. So the Rising Jaguar will jump into the air, doing physical damage in a circle around you. You will apply the dart. It'll shoot out a dart. They'll do physical damage. And again, we'll do extra damage if they have a Poison Dart effect on them. And then his ultimate is called Darkest of Nights. So Darkest of Nights will make you put a Shroud of Darkness around all enemies on the map. It's a global, and it looks like we end up losing first blood. So that's good. So their weird range carry team might work out for them in the starting game. So we try to just get some harassment there. He's going to backflip out to avoid that harassment. I think it still went with the projectile though, so we'll press through that. I want to get some pokes out on this guy and poke that through. So what it'll do is it'll put a Shroud of Darkness around all enemies on the map, all global enemies. Looks like he's trying to ulti here. I don't know if he's going to be able to get it or not. He's taking a lot of damage. So I have the Death Toll, which means... Oh, I got that slow attack speed. I have the Death Toll, which means if I land basic attacks on enemy minions or gods, I get health and mana back. So I'm just kind of spamming this to keep my sustain up. He doesn't really have enough mana to backflip at this point. So if I go in for the kill, most likely we'll be able to get it. Just going to poke these and backflip a bit. Ooh, so close. I need one more basic attack, but I didn't want to get too greedy and hit the tower there. So just letting it go. He's going to have to back off here. I can push this wave up just a bit. Probably get just enough mana for a Rising Jaguar to push this wave. And there's the mana pool that I got there. And I'll be able to Rising Jaguar this wave and then head on back into the tower. Get some last little gold. Get those last hits and head on home. So the ultimate will put a Shroud of Darkness on all enemies on the map. It's a global. This means that they cannot see around them. They will not be able to see anything nearby. And they also will not be able to see their allies or anything like that. It's like a fog of war around them. However, at the end of the duration, the last 3 seconds, I believe, 3 seconds for that duration, and at the end of the duration, if they are moving, they will be stunned. There's a couple tricks you can do to avoid this. If you just pause and then keep going, you pause at the second to last rune, you'll see runes go in and lock into place. This is just for countering Xbalanque. But you can also notice if I press B, I stutter step for a second. So if you press B right before the stun goes off, you'll be able to prevent that from happening. Where did he end up picking up? Probably just tier 2 boots, same as me. So pretty even here in the mid lane. Could have got that kill if I got a little bit greedier, but did not really want to go for that. Got some consumables. What did he pick up for consumables? He got 3 of each. So he bought 2 more potions than I did. So he will have more sustain than me, so I need to be watching out for that. That was a good hit. If I can avoid a lot of his hits. I don't know if he used his healing potion or not. He has an ulti, I think, so I can wait for that to come through. He's going to heal up with his Unravel. But I can keep poking, keep poking. So another missed opportunity there. I'm not being too greedy because I don't really want to give up. I know that my team's having a tough time and really need to have to rely on my farm. The more farm they get... Oh, he's dead. There's the ulti from Neath. And they're going to follow up immediately. So she's got out of mana now. She popped that mana pot, so she'll be able to utilize that to its fullest, but not really too concerned about anything there. Just going to be hanging out, looking for an opportunity. She might backflip, which I kind of prefer if she wastes her mana while it's regenerating. That's definitely a good for me. So there's that. Someone's heading back over to the left lane. I can probably go grab the blue buff as far as individual gold numbers. She's actually out farming me just because of the fact that she has so there's that push. She started out with better push than me, but doesn't really have it now. She's being very cautious, very cautious. Does she have an active item? As that Artemis comes for the gank, and I'm gonna have to go home here. Neath might go for a Spirit Arrow, maybe. There's Express the Insolent. Enemy missing left. Yeah, you think? Adoy. Mid. So I just heard the noise. I didn't really try to do anything about it. Looks like I'm gonna lose my mid tower, unfortunately. So their 5-man range carry team is actually winning the early game, and that is just terrifying. That is a terrifying prospect. There goes my mid tower because of that gank, and they're not really pushing the lane that it came from. Or they are. Looks like they are pushing that up. So there goes Neath, gonna head over to the left lane, it looks like. Or maybe the movement speed buff. She just barely avoided that. She tried to hit that little weave, but wasn't gonna be enough there. So I can probably clear this wave. He's gonna get ulted again. So we're losing the early game to a 5-man range carry team, which is very depressing. That is something that just hurts my heart and breaks my soul, because the more farm they get, the more damage they will do. They don't really have a strong team fight because they can get caught very easily. We have a lot of sustain and push, so I mean we'll be able to come back in the mid game most likely, but it just concerns me because we'll have that extra little damage that they're gonna have that we're not gonna have. Paul's going for the blue buff. I can go for the damage buff here. I would prefer to get that blue buff if I can. She's running low on mana. She's out of mana pots. Just gonna keep farming this up. Maybe poke her a bit. Sobek's here for some strange reason. If he wants to dive her, that's cool. I'm gonna wait for him to take aggro from the tower. So there's that. I can poke these. Artemis is here with blue buff. She's probably gonna. She has an ult up most likely, so I'm gonna wait for that to come on through. She's gonna clear the wave. She's level 8 though, a little bit underfarmed. I have my Aegis Amulet which I can use to pop when the boar comes, so I'm not too concerned about that. If you can grab her, that'd be great. That would be bueno. He ended up not getting the blue buff in the left lane, so I'm going to go over and grab that right now. I don't know if it was stolen or what, but it looks like he ended up not picking that up for whatever reason. I don't have a mid tower right now, so I can take the time to run over here and grab this buff and not worry about it too much. Is the buff is gone apparently. I guess it was stolen. He just checked it but didn't clear the icon on the map, unfortunately. So I get the damage buff, clear the wave, do all that fun stuff. Get some regeneration with the Death's Toll. At this point, I need full physical protection, so I might not go for a carry build early on. I think I'm just going to go directly into a Void Blade or something like that, just because they all have physical damage. And this is one of the biggest downsides of having heavy amounts of one type of damage. I think Neith's going left lane. I'm pretty sure she is. Unless she's over there. Nope, they're just dying. Okay, so Neith was getting the movement speed buff, which is annoying, but ain't no thing. So yeah, I'm probably just going to start out with a Void Blade, just to get that extra physical protection as they try to come at me hard. As far as skill build goes, I like maxing out Poison Darts and Rising Jaguar most of the time, especially if I'm mid. If in the side lanes, I like going for Rising Jaguar into Branching Bolas, just because you'll have that extra little basic attack damage. I don't really like maxing out the darts too often unless I'm in the mid lane and I need the push, or I need the damage output for the scaling or anything like that, as they're going to be going. Pop my ultimate for them, make sure they don't get caught there. Looks like they'll be okay. Neith's on her way over there, which is why I'm concerned. So Neith's going to show up any second now, or have an ultimate that's going to hit them, and they're not really going to expect it, and Freya just needs to not die anymore. So Apollo's going to fly away. They're going to give up here. Neith's back in the mid lane. He's going to impale me any second he gets. Any chance he gets, he's going to do it. There he goes. If I can get one more hit on him. Nope. Hook him. Don't push him forward. Hook him. Hook him. Please hook him. Please hook him. Hook him. Don't hook him. Oh. Always go for the hook first, guys. The tail whip is something that takes a lot of practice and skill to use properly. It's one of those abilities that you don't really want to, use like just on cooldown. Like you don't just keep spamming tail whip as a Sobek. It's one of those abilities that you really have to use properly, because you can push them away. You can throw teammates. You throw enemies into teammates as they're trying to escape, or anything like that. It's one of those abilities you really have to utilize properly. So right there, he should have just hooked, and he wouldn't have had to dive the tower so hard. I guess he was hoping that he would catch him in animation for the leap or prevent that from happening, but he ended up leaping anyway. If he hooked him first and then he leaped, it would have been the biggest deal. So we could have avoided a lot of tower damage there, and if Neith was heading over to left lane, we would have been in a lot of trouble there just by positioning. But that's okay. So I'm going to get this movement speed buff. I'm going to get that blue buff. I really want it, and I really need it, so I'm going to go grab it. I'll clear this wave first. Hopefully they don't try to take it. That's just going to let me farm and farm and farm and farm. So I'm going to go grab that over here. I have my ultimate up in case someone gets caught. Looks like Freya's ulting. Uh-oh. They can get in the pale. There's Cupid. Looks like they're fine. I'm going to get this cleared up first. Neith's missing from the middle lane, so I'm going to pull this over to the side so I don't get caught. So again, item build just kind of depends. That was a good ulti. And he kind of got cut by the stun there. He stole the blue, but trading the blue for Neith is always a good idea. So she got a little bit too greedy there. And their teammates weren't really close enough to help out. I'm going to pop my mana potion in case I need it to assist them here. I don't really want to fight this, but if they go, we can. Looks like Ra's going to get caught. Going to go directly for that. I'm going to get a double hit there. And a double Rising Jaguar. There's the Impale, so I avoided that. And get a double kill, and then we'll be able to deal with that. Again, they don't really have any tanks. They don't have really anything to deal with a team fight. So even if they're winning the early game and getting lots of damage out, they're kind of stuck for what they can accomplish with just all ranged carriers. There's a reason that, in all MOBAs, there's this kind of lineup of tanks, magic damage dealer, and physical carries, is that it's very crucial to the team fight dynamic that you have those carries and those damage dealers and those tanks to peel and zone and all that. I mean, it's just a very long withstanding kind of sensual feeling. Try to get that root up. I could have died if she got that root. I'm just going to keep poking. So getting a little too caught there. They wasted a lot to try and get me. On her it would behoove him to ult me right now, but I guess he doesn't really pay attention to that. So I'll be able to pick that up. Now I'm going to go for a little bit of damage output just because I have that Void Blade. So I'm going to have the physical protection and that physical penetration, so I'll be able to pick that up. Looks like Ra's getting kind of caught. If he gets dove too far, I can pop my ulti, but it doesn't look like they're going to be in too much danger. And getting a lot of farm at this point, so I'm just controlling the early game. They really need to be ahead at all points in the game in order to win this game. They need to be ahead in farm in all aspects. Otherwise, they're just going to end up losing this game because they don't really have a strong team fight. They have a lot of damage, don't get me wrong. They just don't really have a strong team fight. So I come over here. Freya might be able to pick up that kill, maybe. So what I can do is come from the backside of the tower and then dash through it as Artemis comes through. Pop my ultimate so I'm not in tower range for very long. Looks like Freya ended up kicking out on her too, so it's not looking good for team carry 5. She backflip. Whoa. So they're not doing too hot right now. They're having a tough time. Hopefully this doesn't end too quickly. I want to make sure that I can at least finish an item build. It's so hard to get good games for you guys nowadays. The matchmaking is just all over the place. That was close. Don't tail whip him. Love, find your mark. It's Easter, by the way. Ugh. Poison's gonna do it. You might go for an impale, maybe? And run this way as Artemis shows up. Pop that potion. Get some healing off of these minions. Who doggy? No! No! We go home. We go home. So again, their team, they just don't really have anyone to peel for them is the biggest problem. They have no one to peel for them. They have got like really nothing going on. They got nothing under the trunk. Nothing really to help them out. So it's just unfortunate that they end up picking. I don't know if this was just like a troll. Like sometimes, I've done this before where like people pick 3 ranged physical carries. I'm with a buddy and we're like, well, let's troll them and pick up 2 more physical carries. So I don't know what happened with that team. I can ask them in the chat afterwards, like, what are you doing? But either way, this is looking not too great for them. Not too great. But again, hopefully this portrays the power of Xbalanque. You can see with my branching bullets active, I do a lot of damage, very high base damage as well, and that Void Blade just helps me against the physical damage I'm receiving from the enemy team. You see 290 is going to be that. Once I start getting some crit as well, it's just going to be just gnarly to deal with. I'm going to pick up all the buffs here, and we can probably just push in and start getting some kills. Maybe my teammates will die here and delay the game. You know how much I like delaying the game at the sake of the sacrifice of my teammates' lives. Gonna pick this up now. 343 with that damage buff. I'll pick up the CDR buff as well, and I'll be able to come kill some people. I'll probably have to go counter gank for Ra, as Ra is pushing up the right lane by himself and might get rotated on pretty easily here. So I'm gonna head over there in case he gets counter or gets rotated on. Neath level 14, unfortunately. She's been roaming a lot. Let's see if we can't take their blue away. Oh, Cupid. You're in the wrong place. You're in the wrong place, my friend. Impale me, dude. Come on. Let's be friendly. Come on, dudes. Let's be friendly. Come on. Ooh, that stun though. There's the impale. Uh-oh. Question is, who's showing up right now? Let's get some lifesteal off of these. They're gonna back off because they're afraid. You can pull tower aggro by bouncing off of the tower, so that's something to keep in mind. Oh, he's just gonna dip out. Easy, easy. So Rising Jaguar will shoot out darts for the entirety that you're in the air, so you see how like I wasn't in range at first, but dashing forward I will get that damage output on him. Oh boy, is it gonna end already? 20 minutes. I'm so sorry, guys. I didn't mean for things to end this way. You know I love you and take care of you. Where's the boar, dude? Where's the boar? Where's that stun? There's a laser beam. Charge, you know, for a spirit arrow. He's gonna look for an opportunity to damage me. It's not gonna be enough. I'm just gonna head home, just to be safe. Fortunately, oh god, poor dudes. This game's probably gonna end soon, so I think I'm just gonna go directly for. That's a good point. I'll just go for more physical with attack speed. Always a good option. I don't really need to get my last active item, as they're just gonna keep dying here for whatever reason. Don't ever do this, guys. Don't ever do this. Please. It makes the bear sad. The bear is sad when he can't provide a good game for his viewers. The bear is sad. Sad bear! So we're going to be heading through. I am streaming tonight. That is true. Very, very true. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. No. Please. Please, no. Oh, they're just getting slaughtered. Slaughtered in their own home. Slaughtered in their own home. Slaughtered in their own well right now. Boo! So let's go into chat and see exactly what went wrong there. Holy God. That was an interesting game to be a part of. So we ended up losing the beginning game, but I was just getting too many kills and they couldn't really keep up. So let's see. What do we have? G-Will played what? You what, mate? You what, mate? Control him. Oh, are they going to rage? So the damage output, this is Xbalanque. Does so much damage. Good laning phase, good burst, good harassment, and then transcends into really strong mid game and late game. Very scary late game with that branching bull's active scaling into his crits. Makes him a very, very scary carry to deal with. He does a lot of damage and probably the highest base damage of just basic attacks in the game with that branching bola combination. So definitely something. Mid game he got fed. Who? Who dare? Who dare? So we got oh god, and then Fatalis on the Apollo. That was a rough choice. They went for stacking items. They needed the lifesteal, but I don't know if they could have all gone for this. On her went for the Void Blade, which is a smart choice in general. Actually, not really. Apollo was underfarmed. I guess he was buying that for me or maybe for his whole team. So yeah, I guess for his team it would be a good choice there. But that's going to be it. What? Anyways, thanks for tuning in. Virtual, rate, comment, and subscribe. Look forward to seeing you in my next video.